Okay, guys, welcome to Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Mindscape.com and the Macau Casino, Cork City. And we're proud to bring you yet again another weekly episode of Wrestleslam. We'd like to thank everyone, first of all, for tuning in every week. Yet again, look, we appreciate the viewers, the listeners, everyone that watches, listens, and of course, supports the Wrestleslam podcast as we end another year. Next year, we are going into our fourth year of Wrestleslam, and it's been immensely great. We've enjoyed it every way. And we appreciate you all. And yet again, do check out manscaped.com. The 5.0 package is there right now, guys, and use that promo code SMTV or Wrestleslam. You can use either one. That will take you there. It'll give you 20% off. And yet again, guys, the Macau Casino, Cork City. You can check out all the live screenings of WWE, All Elite Wrestling, and all your mega UFC fights and MMA fights at the home of sports entertainment in Cork. It is the Macau Casino, Cork City. So do check out all your live screenings there, and check out their Facebook for all the updates on what will be screened and all the activities that will happen there throughout the Christmas, New Year, and beyond. We're joined by the one and only Tommy J, and of course Phil Conley. And Tommy, it's great to have you back. He's one of our monthly guests that will feature at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, but it's great to have Tommy J on with us for another fresh and brand new episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast. We're fresh after a very successful RCW at the Pavilion Cork. It was their second show at the PAV. Tommy could unfortunately not make that because he was away, but it was a great night indeed, and it was very successful. We've seen Eric Young and Owen Richards. We've seen an incredible match between Anita Vaughn and also Raven Creed versus Rio. That was, mind-blowing. The X Division Championship was incredible as well. And yet again, Katie Harvey proving why she is the queen of Irish wrestling, and yet again she was great in that match with Anita Vaughn. So we're just going to touch base quickly in RCW again, and they have announced they will be back in February. We've seen the graphic drop live at the PAV. But Phil, first of all, it was a magic night, and obviously we got to sing song at the end. I think Owen Richards tried to ban the sing song, but we had Band-Aid. Everyone in the ring, Eric Young, we had all the wrestlers. It was an incredible night, and it was quite emotional. I think we were all hugging, and we got a great hug from Billy Bellum. He came straight over to us while he was in the ring. We have to say we absolutely love Billy and everything that Billy does for Wrestleslam. We love the man to bits, and he announced obviously that he's going to be back in ring next year. So he'll be no longer the GM, which is incredible. So Billy Bellum back in 2024 on RCW and future organizations across the country. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But Phil, first of all, what was your thoughts on RCW the second night? You scumbag, Megan, it's class.
It's the first PAV show for me. I missed the last one.
And you were gutted. You were gutted.
Great indie feel. It's a great vibe about the place.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, the PAV, like it's such. I think it's still the same old ceilings and everything from like when I first. From definitely a good few years ago, my dad was going to the cinema in the 70s. It definitely felt
the bingo hall vibe from there, Phil.
Was that?
With a bingo hall, New York bingo hall vibe there.
Yeah, you get that kind of vibe from it. Yeah,
old structure, like.
Yeah, it was really, really good, and it looks great as well on camera to see everyone. I love the whole setup. Superb.
Them ceilings can tell a story or two. They can tell a story. I remember being a 16-year-old, my first ever over 18s gig as a DJ at 16 years of age, going into the PAV and playing alongside Damien Shreeman. He was kind enough to give me many gigs back in them days. But it hasn't changed. They obviously changed a small few things inside, but that ceiling, the walls have not changed. The layout, the grand circle itself is still the same, but it was incredible, Phil. And listen, I think you were a bit emotional. I think I've seen a bit of emotion there, Phil Conley. I think you loved it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. You know what? We were actually talking afterwards how quick it went by. It felt like we were just sitting there, and it was like, okay, it's over. I don't know what it was. Yeah. We were talking on the way home. We were like, that was one of the best rounded shows they've had. I think from top to bottom, everything just clicked.
Storytelling, it was incredible.
Yeah, Raven Creed had the most hard-hitting match of the night.
Yeah.
Session match was just being the referee in the Anita Vaughn matches also added a bit of fun. I think people just really were into it.
Yeah. And it was, as you say, look, storytelling, booking wise, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I think the wrestlers really get to be themselves on a night like that at RCW.
Yeah.
And overall, it's been an incredible night for Irish wrestling in general. But like, let's be honest, RCW, it's been immense. You know, like
Strength, like every time is out topping. Each time there's a better show every month. We're excited to see where the future leads and who else will be coming. Because Eric Young, who's just really, really cool to see Eric Young in person.
He's a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, I love his voice because he's got that real wrestling voice. You could tell he's traveled the world and he's very, you know, knowledgeable. You know, he's done so many shows across the world. Obviously, wrestling for the biggest organizations in the world. He's just such a humble guy, wasn't he? He would have chatted to us all day, like legit. We had to. He was busy. We had to say, look, we know you're busy, man. We're sorry, you know, but he wanted to chat.
He got a shot in NXT back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. He did, yeah.
His wife is a wrestler too, isn't she?
I think she is. I just don't think she ever made it big.
Yeah. No, I was wondering what happened to her, but I remember I remember I always liked Eric Young. He was kind of like Crash Holly in TNA with it, you know? Kind of comedic kind of
well, I think that I think Eric Young actually left WWE on his own terms, Philip. Am I imagining that?
I think he did, yeah. Yeah, he did, yeah, in April.
Because they wanted to keep him, didn't they?
Yeah. So I think he was supposed to be part of this new Bray Wyatt thing that was going to start up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't work out.
Remember I was saying to you the other night, I was saying that we were trying to think of that guy's name. Remember, he goes, there was a guy.
Yeah.
He's like Jamie Noble, but it's not Jamie Noble, and he looked like Jamie Noble. And yeah, I still haven't thought of his name, by the way.
I tried to get my head around it as well.
It's going to drive me mad.
What did he have? Do you kind of awkward ears like Jamie Noble? Did he?
No, there was this guy that left, and he's very similar to Eric Young. I'm actually trying to Google it now as we speak.
Is it Joey Matthews? Is it?
No, it's I think he would have left like somewhere between 2019, probably just before the pandemic, all the way up. And I'm actually.
Well, look up Joey Matthews. He looks like Eric Young.
Yeah, no, I know Joey Matthews. It's not him, definitely. But that's a good call. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
This guy used to wrestle for Impact. Black hair, and I think he might have been. Was he Impact champion? We'll double check there quickly. One sec.
Yeah, I tried to figure out who it was too. I just couldn't get around.
Because everyone, all the listeners are like, "Who the fuck is he on about now?"
Yeah.
And I wonder will it make sense when I say his name. Double check. Was he a champion?
It's not Kazarian anyway, because we talked about that.
No.
Where's Kazarian these days? Like a lot of these kind of indie wrestlers of back in the TNA days.
He's in TNA. Kazarian.
A lot of them became WWE development agents as well, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, this guy was a big guy on Impact. One second now, so we can find him. Yeah, I did imagine Austin Aries.
Okay, that's the fella you're on about.
Austin Aries, great.
Yeah,
he's still around, but I don't know where he is now. He's
Austin Aries, yeah, because he was really good. Remember, like he was in some great matches. I think he wrestled at Mania. Did he beat Jericho? Am I right or wrong?
Don't think so.
Austin Aries.
I think that's Evan Bourne. You're on that beat Jericho.
Yeah, but obviously he was in Ring of Honor, and obviously he was in WWE. But Austin Aries was fucking. I thought he was quality.
Yeah,
he was quality. But
wasn't he called Austin Starr in TNA originally?
Yeah,
after back to RH, and he brought back as Austin Aries. But apparently he had a bit of an ego on him or something around the TNA locker room.
Yeah,
like he was, playing politics and such.
Yeah.
He's been a bigger star than what he was. I will give him that.
Yeah. He's obviously on the he's on the indie scene at the moment. But yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about. But anyway, RCW again. What a show! We're looking forward to what's announced in February, and it will be spectacular as we look forward to what's ahead. With RCW as well. And don't forget, guys, we can announce right now that we will be doing an RCW special before Christmas. So stay tuned. The date's booked. We'll be joined by Billy Bellum.
And it will go out before Christmas. So
it will go up before Christmas. It's going to be an end of year review, RCW special, where we will sit down with the man himself, Billy Bellum, and we'll talk about matches. Maybe the standout matches for him, for us, and we'll talk about the roster, the stars, the breakthrough stars. Like every star has been a breakthrough star on the RCW roster. That's the beautiful thing. It's not just one
also as well, I just want to mention before we move on from RCW, it was my first time anyway being part of a Royal Rumble live.
Yeah, so the same at the Royal Rumble.
It was fun.
And it was spectacular.
Yeah.
It was spectacular.
It was just something that I wasn't expecting. I didn't know what the match was going to be. It was just the same spectacular Christmas match.
Yeah.
So and do you want to go Christmas music at the event, lads? Very good. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you broke up. Sorry, Tom.
Did I? Sorry. Did you get any good Christmas music at the event?
At the very end, yeah, they played Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the whole place.
The world.
Yeah, and all the wrestlers were in the ring. Eric Young was singing too.
Oh, brilliant!
I'll send you the video. I've got the video on the phone. I'll send it.
Get a mic and everything singing. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that'll be brilliant.
Yeah. They were all taking turns. It was class.
Yeah.
It was class.
Steve Savage is the new #1 contender. What you make of that?
Yeah, it was interesting. I think Steve Savage, first of all, he's had an incredible year. Definitely one of the standout stars of Irish wrestling. Obviously done, some big stuff in the UK. Was in America this year. Yeah, Steve is a workhorse, just like many of the Irish stars on the scene. And I think the winner obviously gets the challenge for that title, Phil, which is interesting. So we will see Owen Richards versus Steve Savage at some stage.
Yeah, maybe we don't know yet.
Yeah. Now, I think we're in agreement, though, that we could possibly see Owen Richards be a dominant champion.
Yeah. I'd like to see him have it for another little bit.
Yeah, he's not going to lose it anytime soon, I'd say, although Steve Savage will pose a massive threat. So, yeah, interesting times ahead. But we have to mention as well, obviously, Katie Harvey, great match against Anita Vaughn. She was victorious, which was great for Katie. Rio versus... Raven Creed was one hell of a match, and let's be honest, Raven Creed is incredible. We've been supporting Raven, I think, since 2015, and her first interview was 2016 with us in the Clayton Hotel. And let's be honest, Rio was some challenge, and Rio has got a big future.
Yeah, she was in WWE NXT as well.
Yeah.
Is there some Brazilian wrestler in OTT?
Yeah, I think
there would be. I'd say, yeah.
There's someone guy there. What's his name? He's a calf Italian or something, or
Renzo.
I
look him up there.
Renzo Rose.
Yeah, we've all got brain mush today. We're trying to remember. Well, Tommy, to be fair, I've been thinking the last 4 days who Austin Aries was. To be fair, so you might get it sooner. But yeah, Renzo, I'd say. I'm going to quickly go into Raw tonight, guys. So obviously on Raw tonight, we'll see CM Punk sign for Raw. That's the headline. We have Cody Rhodes faces against Nakamura. Becky Lynch wants to call out Nia Jax. Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre go 1-on-1. So Raw promises to be an incredible night tonight. There was many moments on NXT Deadline that stood out. Obviously, Lyra Valkyria, she looked amazing. Coming to promos backstage, was attacked. We've seen CM Punk and
Cody a Brett top as well for Shawn Michaels, which I thought was brilliant.
I didn't even think of that down until you said that.
Yeah, he did Bret Hart top on it. It was class.
Yeah. He's do you reckon Brett likes CM Punk?
I think he mentioned that CM Punk was the only guy that was believable in today's wrestling.
Yeah.
I think he recently in an interview.
Yeah, I've got one for you, Phil. We had breaking news earlier on. Did you see the picture of Corbin and Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Going out?
No.
No, this is at the Chiefs game.
Yeah, the Chiefs game.
We saw that picture, right? But they obviously know each other from. Is she a wrestling fan?
I heard she was.
Well, Tony Khan and her were having a bit of beef. Because AEW was on the same week as her.
Well, the rumor is now that she may perform at All In.
Imagine.
I would not be surprised. Will she do something? Will she do
Kind of beautiful, is it? Come on.
She might do
That
something.
piss people off because they don't want to hear that at a UK show.
Yeah, I think Taylor's got a big following. I would not be surprised if she had some involvement in All In, I think
She's there the same week, it's on anyway.
Yeah, things can swift that way. Booker T, guys. Booker T says that Dom Mysterio is definitely in with a should have been the MVP of wrestling this year.
I think so, yeah. I think he is.
He lost his belt over the weekend.
Yeah, he's had the most matches in WWE, and this year he's had over 100.
Has he improved for you, Phil? I think he has.
100%. You sure it's night and day compared to last year.
Yeah, he's really good, and he's got that. His character, Tommy, is quite incredible. Like he plays the bad guy, but he's really good. Like, isn't he?
He takes a lot from Eddie Guerrero, I think, and
he looks like Eddie.
A great cocky heel. I don't know what I always thought it'd be like when he became a wrestler on the scene officially. I always thought it'd be cool. He would betray Rey Mysterio because it'd be just a groundbreaking thing to do for the character.
Yeah.
And he just played it up so well, like calling him a deadbeat dad and all this,
Yeah. Like I vision this thing, Tommy. I vision like
storytelling, considering he was on the show when he was younger, and
which is incredible. Yeah, I vision like being at an event. Just say you're at an event, right? You don't know the card, you don't know who's going to be wrestling, and Dom's music hits. Like the crowd's going to jump. He's got the crowd like, oh fuck, it's Dom Mysterio. Like, you know what I mean? This is wow. So I think that's a massive thing. He's got people love hate him, but like Dom is the man, and I like.
I will say one thing about Dom there because it was in my head. I saw a hilarious video of him the other day. I don't know if you've seen it.
What was that? That was
It was Selena Vega pretending to be a kid, and she'd call him up. Pranking him.
Did she do that? Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, I'll have to look there. What was his reaction? Was it good?
Oh, it was just he was like, "How old are you, kid? Are you legal?" and all this kind of stuff. He was saying. It was weird. It was funny and it was weird.
The weird thing about Dom, right, is like he's not built like your typical wrestler. Like he's one of the few wrestlers who isn't jacked.
He's like Eddie Guerrero. Eddie was the same.
No, but Eddie was aware that, but no, Eddie was jacked, Phil, though. He was.
In the later days, he was, but in the early days, he wasn't.
Oh, yeah, in the early days, he was a cruiserweight, definitely.
Well, Vince wants his muscles and all that,
Like, in the next 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised if Dom is big like that.
So I'm wondering, is he actually deliberately being in this physique to play up to this type of annoying, cocky, scrawny kind of heel who wanted to see to get the life punched into him?
Yeah.
Or maybe has he gotten as far as his genetics can? I don't understand
you could always change. You can always change genetics if you take something.
No, I know, but I'm wondering, like, is he just peaked at what he can do in that sense? It doesn't really matter. He's still a great character, and the fans love to hate him, and he is the best heel at the moment, I think, definitely.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. So we're
too. So
we're actually admitting that we're fans of Dom. So Dom Mysterio, you rightly so. We back Booker T in saying Dom is definitely top 5 MVP of this year. Who knows? He might be the MVP of this year. We're not against it. So yeah, Dom is our guy, and we respect him a hell of a lot. I'm just going to go quickly back to the Royal Rumble odds because I've been doing this every week.
Can I point out one thing actually? Do you think Dom's heel turn over a year ago was just as significant as Hulk Hogan's in '96?
I wouldn't say it was that high, but yeah, it's on that thing, all right.
He was the kid of Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio was always a babyface.
Yeah.
We've always known who Dom was growing up as a kid, so it has a significant, it was drastic.
Yeah. It's like Bret and Owen Hart. It's kind of more that, I would say.
Bret Hart was good, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mentioned the Royal Rumble because we're all talking about it, guys, and the rumor is that we'll all be at Matt Murphy's house for the Royal Rumble. Matt's going to bring in some pizzas and fries and wedgies and Doritos and hot dogs and unlimited Pepsi. So Matt, yes. And speaking of Matt, guys, we meant to mention he cannot make it tonight. Unfortunately, he's at a meeting, so he will not be here, but he'll be back next week. But CM Punk is the favorite by a mile, Phil.
I'm not a fan of it.
by a mile. He's 4 to 5 on. So that means you have to put it's crazy.
I'm
Do you
not a
know what I
fan.
mean?
I'm not a fan of it,
Yeah.
but like people will love it because again, people seem to love. Like I know he's going to be the main event either way. Like, could there be not another way?
See, the way I
Yeah.
look at it is that I'm not cutting you off too much, am I?
No.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Dickhead.
Yes.
I'm only messing.
No, I do think that like they probably want to break from having Roman Reigns as the main event.
Well, he will be. So he will be this time, sadly.
Is he going to the top main event of the show? All right.
Yeah, it's going to be a main event night too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 No, I know it's frustrating.
Yeah. No, it is frustrating. It's going to happen. Yeah. Just quickly before we leave the Royal Rumble, good news, Phil. Bailey is the heavy favourite to win the ladies.
They have to change it though.
Yeah, big time.
Cargill's after entering the race.
Yeah, she's 2 to 1.
10
to 11 or 11 to 10, Bailey.
It's one of them. It's one or the other. It'll be one or the other. Yeah. It'll be depending on what Triple H wants to do. And I think, to be honest with you, it probably should be Bailey.
Yeah.
Realistically, it probably should be because there's a story there, which is always a good thing. Because Jade would be a newcomer, and I don't know. I don't see the appeal of Jade Cargill versus Io Sky with no background and no heat or no nothing.
Yeah, but just say it's her first competitive match in a Rumble, probably.
Yeah.
Competitive outing, and she wins it. Like that's like fucking hell. That's like the Goldberg streak.
I think she'll have a great showing, but I don't think she'll win.
Yeah. Is she ready? We don't know. No one knows.
Triple H kind of said no, but
is he just saying that?
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Yeah, it really is hard to know, But I'm all for her. Like I think she's like physique wise, she's incredible. I think she's a great athlete. I think she's got everything to be a big star. And you look at that roster right now, like there's been no one that's come along really as of late, Phil and Tommy, and kind of dominated. Like we've had Charlotte around for so many years, Bailey, Becky. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? Like, there's talk Sasha Banks might come back. I don't think she's going to come back. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, really, won't it?
Yeah.
What about AJD?
What's that?
Well, there was a name drop of AJ there a while back. I think Punk name dropped her on NXT.
Yeah.
Which is unusual.
Oh, she'll be back. I have no doubt she'll be back. They're cutting costs across the board because of CM Punk, so there's going to be less house shows, which I don't know, is that a good or bad thing?
Once they don't touch the Europe shows, we're fine.
Yeah, so they've been cutting back on American house shows. There's far less.
They still make money though, so I don't understand the need to cut them.
It might just be the certain markets that don't bring in enough.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But there was an interesting WWE story that came out over the weekend. You probably saw it.
Yeah, shall I?
Basically, now TNA Wrestling and WWE are under the same banner.
What does that mean for the fans that are listening today and watching? Do you reckon that's the case of because they are like in Endeavor, like, or the powerhouses of streaming?
Yeah, exactly. So TNA Wrestling signed a big deal with Endeavor to bring their app to the next level, I suppose.
Could they cross paths?
I don't think they'll cross paths, but I'd love to see a working relationship for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see why someone who's not being used could not be on TNA to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
TNA coming off their last show there at the weekend as well.
Hard to watch TNA anymore with it being under the zone, We used to like when it was on the Challenge TV and Bravo.
It's still on Sky somewhere.
Remember Bravo? Jesus, Bravo was class.
Yeah, I remember,
Vintage. It's basically our Spy TV back in the day.
But basically, it'll be streamed now on Endeavor, their streaming app. So hopefully now that'll get on more buys. It's a great deal. It really is, and they've definitely got money because they've signed a few people.
They have. Yeah.
The most notable is one of our buddies, Trent Seven.
Which is huge. And I meant to mention, breaking news, guys, we'll have an Impact Star on this week. So stay tuned. It'll be Wednesday or Thursday, but we do have an Impact Star on. I will fill you all in before it happens so you can get your questions in. But let's just say it's a big name. And it will happen this Wednesday or Thursday. So stay tuned to Wrestleslam for that. But Trent Seven's a perfect fit, lads, isn't he, for Impact? Because look, let's be honest, he was class in NXT. We know Trent from his NXT run UK and obviously OTT in Ireland.
Yeah. So
let's be honest, it's a perfect fit. When we seen it, it looked perfect to the graphic, that old TNA Impact logo.
Yeah.
And Trent he's a big signing, guys.
Yeah, and they have Will Ospreay coming in as well in January and Okada, so good things are happening.
And that will be music to your ears, Phil, because I know you're a massive Impact
fan.
I
the only thing I don't like, and people will say whatever, but I don't like that TNA chant. I just don't like it.
What? TNA?
Yeah, it's just well, I don't like it because they were chanting it to do normal moves. It just got a bit ridiculous.
But people chant "This is awesome" to people doing backflips.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, but every
2
seconds with dives to the outside and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
yeah, I think the dives. I think dives at the moment in wrestling, they're not selling it to me at all. I can see it happening when the crowd's around the ring.
But the big thing now for TNA is they're going to be in better venues and they're going to have better production. Once it rebrands, but it won't be for another few weeks.
They want to do more live venues as well, don't they, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as well, there was a bit of departure news from Impact. Deonna Purrazzo is now a free agent.
That's huge news, guys.
Yeah.
That is huge. Like, that's a big departure. And it's concerning because they're on the brink of something big in 2024.
I think it's more she's been there so long that she just wants to try other things.
Yeah, surely it's a return to WWE.
It could be.
Surely.
It could be.
She's young.
Yeah, she's still in her mid-20s.
Yeah, she's only 29.
Yeah.
And Deonna's an absolute legend, She's an absolute legend. A great wrestler.
Also, as well, you remember Dave Penzer, Tommy?
Dave Penzer?
Yeah, from WWE.
I'll see.
The announcer fella. He's also left TNA.
What?
I remember him.
Yeah, he's also left. So there's kind of change, but you know what? Change is good though, because they need change.
Yeah.
I'm all for change, and I'm all for changing up rosters and changing up bits of everything, really.
Did any of you see CM Punk on the NXT pay-per-view over the weekend?
Yeah.
HBK. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Class.
It was good to see. It's good to see.
He's enjoying himself. He looks like he's kind of
he looks happier, yeah.
Yeah,
he went out with a Bret Hart hoodie just to taunt HBK.
Yeah, very good.
He made amends, but he also made amends with Triple H. It was great kind of story. I think he was only there because his flight was cancelled or something. But that could be just a work as well. But,
oh yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. It's nice to see him on 2 shows out of the second week back anyway,
Well, they have to tease it somehow that he's going to join the NXT, but he's not. So
you never know, he could.
I think he'll be a Raw fight Rollins.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, they wouldn't be doing that otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose, we'll know soon enough, though, to be honest.
Exactly. Also, as well, like, there's just so much news. There's a little bit of stories here that I wanted to bring up that I didn't want to forget about.
Yeah, sure.
Ken Shamrock has signed the WWE Legends deal.
Which could mean
a Royal Rumble appearance for sure.
Him and Steve Blackman.
That's surprising because him and Dana White had a falling out, didn't they? But they seem to...
And him and Vince as well.
Yeah, so
that we tried to get stuff out of him there before, but he was giving us nothing when we had him on.
He's a dark character. Him and his brother.
Like I tried to get stuff out of him, but he just wasn't giving us anything really.
Yeah, he's a very rough upbringing, from what I understand.
But it's great to see him back in WWE. To be fair, at some point, hopefully he'll be in the WWE ring at some point.
He'd be a great manager as well, like.
Yeah.
I hope he's
great. He would have been great for someone like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I hope he's got a bigger role in National Royal Rumble. Like, I hope we actually see him do a bit more. Like, because Ken is iconic. I actually remember meeting him at WrestleCon in 2015, and I just remember I was chatting to him for ages. And I remember the stuff he was saying. He was like, he's got unfinished business in the wrestling world. Like, he's 59 now. Like, but let's be honest, like Ken doesn't look 59. You know, he does not.
No.
No.
This is just random news now off of the site. So Charlotte Flair apparently has a serious injury.
Yeah, well, did you see the botch?
Yeah, it didn't look good.
No.
Apparently it's worse than they thought, so she could be out for a long time.
Shit.
Hopefully, I know people would be delighted because they don't like seeing her at WrestleMania, but I don't want her to miss a WrestleMania.
No, I don't either. She's the greatest female of all time. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt.
She is, like, you know what I mean? I think, like, wrestling wise, definitely.
Yeah.
You know? Like, character wise and stuff, I get like I love her in every aspect, but I think like people will say Lita, Trish Stratus, and rightly so. You know, people will say China.
Well, it's just memories from your childhood that you're thinking about. That's
for me, technically she's the best. You know.
Yeah. Eric Bischoff says if Ring of Honor was a horse, he'd put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
Good old Eric.
Ring of Honor, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, and it's been an absolute, like, I think, I don't know why he bought it. He's not doing anything with it.
Did he make any money from it?
I don't think they make any money from it, no.
We bought it to hold the belts and to have the IP. You could easily make money off it by not doing anything with it except keeping on a streaming service.
Yeah. He should put it on it. He should put ROH on the road. I think he should do like
But that's why what Bischoff said, he wouldn't do any of that stuff. I just think there's nobody going to the shows. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is he only using it for development?
I think he's using it for development, and wasn't Ronda Rousey on it about 2 or 3 weeks back?
Yeah, what is Ronda up to? What has she done since?
Nothing really. She just wants to get ring rust off her before she comes back.
Back where? That was the question.
That is the question. The problem is her stock is after falling so badly. I don't think people care anymore.
Yeah, well, she's 36. She's 36 years old, right? She had a decent run in WWE. Now, let's not forget she's one of the greatest MMA female fighters of all time. There is rumors that they're going to get her back for UFC 400.
300.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, yeah, it is right. Jesus.
But no, if I was her, that's what I would be doing.
If I probably would for money, but like, you know what? The last 2 matches of her career weren't great, and it showed her weakness in her striking. I think it's way more competitive now in UFC, the women's division.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. But like, let's not take nothing away from Ronda. Like she is one of the greatest, and she was. I was lucky enough to see her WWE debut at WrestleMania. I was there, and I remember just saying, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Herself and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Steph. Like, she was incredible, and for me, she was like her matches were brilliant. I think just along the way, maybe she fell out of love with it or something.
I think
she had a bad attitude and stuff too.
I think when she started losing, that she kind of lost interest. I just think that's just the way she is.
Yeah, seems to be.
So, in sad news, WWE are now stopping producing DVDs in Europe.
That's the biggest news of it all, to be honest. That's the news that we need to talk about right now.
This is 36 years of producing videos and DVDs in Europe, and now they're just. I know things have gone digital, but I like having the physical copy of something.
Yeah. Well, you can still buy them in America, can't you? But it's going to cost you like $50.
It would cost you. It's going to cost an arm and a leg to get them over here. Yeah.
You know, do you think now? Was it the last WCW videotape was WCW Sin, wasn't it?
It wouldn't have been. It would have actually been. What was the one? It's the September pay-per-view. Fall Brawl was the last one. Fall Brawl 2000.
No, but wasn't that the most profitable WCW tape?
I'd say it would be. I've seen it go on eBay for over $200.
I'm wondering now is a good time to buy some WWE.
I have loads of them.
Yeah.
I'm missing a few, but I've loads of them.
What I mean is the next pay-per-views, which will be last on DVD or video, will be good.
The last one WWE are producing is the Saudi Arabia one. It's the last one that's going to come out, which is a shame because Survivor Series should come out.
You know what? It's worth purchasing. It might have some value down the road. I don't know. Maybe
It
not.
might, it could. You never know. Like getting it signed and stuff as well by people makes it more valuable.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
No, interesting.
So
Any other news?
one or two things before we go. Fight has been renamed to Thriller TV, which is just a bit of news.
Shit. No, I don't like that.
They're always called Thriller, though, weren't they? The company.
Yeah, they've just completely changed. There's a Vince McMahon story. Vince McMahon says that he always loved sexual chocolate.
Really? Sexual baby, yeah.
Andrade El Idolo is leaving AEW. So could he be back in WWE?
He wanted to go back for a while, I know.
Triple H, keep this in mind. Triple H is a massive, massive fan.
Yeah.
Of Andrade. Massive fan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Like the thing is he's quite good.
He's very good.
He's just underutilized. Like they're not using him right.
There's a lot of people that are not using him right, you know?
Yeah, it's just the problem with AEW, and like I'm not going to talk about too long because we hear all night about it. They build a guy for a few months and then a new guy comes in and takes that spot.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen again now with all these new fellas that are going to be released. Their 90 days are coming to an end.
Yeah, I know.
So apparently there's a lot of unhappy wrestlers in AEW at the moment.
It's unfixable, and I think, to be honest.
Well, it's like a question was asked to Eric Bischoff on, his Q&As. If you were starting a company tomorrow, would you rather have Tony Khan or Vince Russo? And he said Vince Russo.
Oh, yeah. He's a veteran in the game.
Well, he said Vince Russo is fixable, Khan isn't.
Here's the thing. Even like NXT had better wrestling than AEW since the start of AEW, I think,
Yeah, that just says a lot. Like Tony Khan is just like Dixie Carter was in the old TNA days, where she was just a mark for everyone. Yeah,
basically.
The only really good thing in AEW is Christian at the moment.
He's class. I love him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what happened on the last Dynamite, but yeah, I just don't like that whole mother hitting him with the belt.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of and then Edge just looks ridiculous out of all that as well. It's just
What do you think of Trick Williams winning the tournament?
Brilliant, love it.
You think he's a good talent?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I prefer Carmelo Hayes. I think he's actually probably one of the future stars of the company.
Yeah,
Carmelo Hayes.
He's a good-looking guy. He's got great personalities, and Braun Breaker too. Of course, they're the next two big stars. So.
Is there anything that you want to say before we leave? Because I think I've covered everything I have here.
No, good, Tommy. Do you want to say, my man?
Not much. If I'm honest, I didn't catch up on much stuff at the moment. I have a lot going on, so. But
there is a lot, though. There's a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna try and catch up with the stuff tonight. Sorry I couldn't watch enough before the show today, but
at
least we got to talk about some news and stuff. And
all good. So will we wrap it up?
Yeah. I think that's it. I think there's. I don't like. I going through the news. Like, there's not much other stuff. I think I've covered everything.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. That's definitely it. So yet again, guys, that is another episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Manscaped.com and the Macoka City, Cork City. Yet again, guys, you can easily know that we're wrapping up.
Are you going to do a Royal Rumble prediction eventually, or?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will. And look, we're gonna probably do a watch along as well for the Royal Rumble. So yeah.
Can I call my prediction now? Because I'm not sure I'll be on the show anyway next when you do it. But
we'll make sure you're on the show, Tommy. But best the way. Go on.
No, I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes. You know why?
Why?
I think they're going to finish off the Roman Reigns story, and if Roman Reigns is in the main event, they'll have to give it to him.
I think it's going to be dashing Cody Rhodes.
You know what? It could also be Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. That'd be a great trilogy match. We haven't seen them in a while, you know.
That's true.
Not trilogy match, triple threat match. Sorry.
Yeah, it's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. Right, guys. Thank you again for tuning our way. We're honoured to have Tommy G on with us. He'll be back on one of our next episodes. And yet again, this is our last show of the year. And we will do our RCW special, which will happen on, the 20th. Yeah, so that will go up before Christmas, guys. But yet again,
are the RCW show coming in January?
February.
February, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So we will catch you soon. Thank you for tuning our way. And this is Wrestleslam, the podcast.
Thank you, guys. Take care.